Hey, how are you? Love and light. It is Ryane, Danielle, LeCesne with Inspire Brand Consulting, and I am super excited to be back with you for another Inspire Thought Thursday. And I hope that you had a great Halloween. We had a really fun time with our little unicorn. And if you had a fun time, I would love to hear from you and hear what you dressed up as, or if you have a little one, maybe like what your little one dressed up as, what you did, if you went to a cool Halloween party. Would love to hear from you. I hope that you had a really happy Halloween. I have not had a great Halloween like this, probably ever. Being a first-time mom, it was really fun to see my little baby dressed up, and I wish that she could wear this costume every day because it was just so darn cute. So I hope that you had a good one as well. So today's topic for our Inspired Thought Thursday is the question, so how do you really help people? And I love to get that question from either prospective clients or people that I'm engaging with, friends, family, like, what is it exactly that you're doing? How do you inspire people? What are you talking about when you're talking about your brilliance and, creating the life that you most love to live? Basically, simply put, how do you help people, Ryane? And I want to give you in a very short, encapsulated version of how I help people. And it came to me today when I onboarded a new client this morning and had a really breakthrough conversation with her around her brilliance. And I thought to myself, this is it. Like, this is in essence over multiple courses of coaching conversations or through one of our Finesse School masterclasses. This is in essence what I help people do. So let me just set up the framework for the conversation, like who I'm helping. I help people like me. Who am I? I am a highly performing individual. I am high achieving. I strive for excellence. I have always been really great at supporting other people look excellent because I strive for excellence. My work is excellent. It's great. It's great work. I'm smart. I'm talented. I am very interested in a lot of different things, and so that's who I am. And I was, and if I didn't continue to do the inner work, I would be stuck in the quicksand waiting for perfect. Waiting for the perfect opportunity, waiting for the perfect circumstance, waiting for the perfect permission from the perfect person to allow me to express my truth. And when I was in that position and where I meet my clients, they feel this crazy juxtaposition between being high achieving and feeling a great sense of anxiety because they feel like they are imposters in their own skin. They feel like they're going to be caught not knowing the answers. They're always assessing risk. They're always looking at, how do I make sure I don't fail? I don't F it up. I don't fail it up, right? And living in this kind of consternation over a period of time really creates a sense of anxiety, creates a sense of overwhelm. And here's where we are. So this is the frame of the conversation. This is who I'm helping to do what and how. So I'm helping this person to access the greater sense of themselves, that inner knowing, that inner being that is divinely created to be them, their perfect, imperfect self. And I call that your brilliance. Gay Hendricks calls it your zone of genius. Other people have all kinds of different terms for it. Someone might call it your Christ consciousness. Someone might call it you awaken. Eckhart Tolle calls it your inner body. So there's all different kinds of terms for it, yet it is you. It is that inner sense of you. It is you without fear. It is you doing the things that you most long to do that perhaps you're not doing, or perhaps that you are, which I pray that you are. But if you're not, you are feeling that tug to do and express yourself in this way. So that is who I am coaching. That is the situation that they are up against, and that is their desired outcome. So how do I help them? I'm going to give you the science of this in the most simplest terms that I can for this video. Few things. First, you are a spiritual being inside of this human experience. You are a spiritual being. You are life. You are potential. You are energy. You are, from a quantum physics perspective, you are quanta, the smallest particle of energy. You are it inside of this earth suit. This earth suit has 5 limited senses. So let's just talk about one of the senses, hearing. My dog and I hear completely different things. My hearing is so incredibly limited. And I only have 5 senses. And one of those senses, hearing, is extremely limited. If you wear glasses, then your sight, your physical sight, is limited. If you lack taste buds, then your taste is limited. If you're touch, if you don't have the sense of touch, right? Your sensory perceptions are limited. So these are 5 limitations, and the only senses that we have, and they're all limited. And the whole reason that you have a body is to hold and house this inner being. And the body is meant to keep you alive. It is meant to keep you safe, and it is meant to keep you wholly functional. So it's got these 5 limited senses, and its main job is to keep you alive, to prevent you from extinction. So it uses these 5 limited senses to make sense of the world. Now, your mind, we oftentimes think of that just as the brain. Your mind is all over your body. Your mind is your nervous system. It is your ability to perceive the world. And we've just talked about how it has very limited true access to everything else. We only have these 5 senses, and they're limited. And the job of the body is to keep you preserved, life preserved. So we are walking around essentially in the state where what used to be threats like lion, tigers, and bears are no longer threats when you are talking about your career, or you're talking about building a business, or you live in an environment where that's not the case. What is a threat and what triggers the reptilian section of the brain, your amygdala, fight or flight, is judgment, self-criticism, the idea of failing, the prospect of risk, the vision that you have of you homeless under a bridge if whatever it is that's on your plate doesn't work out. It is the idea that you won't be able to rebound from something not turning out as perfect. That literally is death to the ego. It is the same thing. It triggers the same responses physically with this limited earth suit that we've got going on that lions, bears, and tigers would trigger if they came into your environment. So what do we do about that? What do you do about that? And how do I help clients to navigate within their earth suit so that their brilliance can be activated, that they can live and lead from their brilliance, and that they can ultimately create the lives that they most love living. Well, the first thing that I do is that I share with them what I just shared with you. I share with them the science of the mind. And it's so very important because so often we have no idea, right? We have no idea what's going on within us and why we are responding in the way that we do. So that is the first and foremost reason why I share the science. That's where I start. And the second thing is because it's really important that we recognize that we do what we feel, not what we think. I'm going to say that again. We do what we feel, not what we think. So I might be thinking, I really need to, put the ice cream away. I really need to call that prospective client. I really need to write that proposal. And all of those things might feel like they invoke some kind of uncomfortability within me. I might have some anxiety about, I really, want the ice cream. It's going to make me feel good. And yet I'm like trying to think about, put it away, put it away, put it away. And so I'm thinking, and what do? I take the ice cream out and I say, well, one bowl won't matter. Today it's okay. Let me add some chocolate chips on it. I do what I feel, not what I think. So it makes perfectly good sense when there feels like there's a threat of something that we don't take action because we feel afraid. We feel the anxiety. We feel overwhelmed. So we don't do it. We do what's called procrastinate. And in procrastinating, we look up and a week has gone by, a month, a year, a decade has gone by, and we feel like we're stuck in the quicksand. And we're waiting for this perfect time, for a perfect situation, a perfect circumstance to come along and unjar us. It's really important to recognize that we do what we feel, not what we think. So here is a 1, 2, 3 secret sauce. This is literally how I coach clients to move forward. I'm doing this in a 1, 2, 3 way. So here's the first thing. When you are experiencing anxiety around something, and you're feeling like you're failing, you're feeling like you don't have confidence, you're feeling like you're overwhelmed, you're feeling like you are unable to gain control over whatever it is that is causing you this consternation. Oftentimes it relates to something like, I can't do this. Other people can do this, I can't. And then the question that you have to ask yourself, so this is step number 1, is it true? Is it true that you don't have discipline? Is it true that you're an imposter? Is it true that you don't have confidence? Is it true that you lack the ability to follow through with your network? Is it true that you don't know how to raise your hand in a conversation and speak your voice? Is that actually true? Not in this isolated small incident, but is it true as you as a person? Is that true? And if you really sit with that question long enough and you ask yourself, is it true? Most likely you're going to come up with, no, it's not true. Nothing about it is true. And you're going to say, I do have confidence. I've demonstrated confidence. I've demonstrated the ability to network. I've demonstrated the ability to share my voice. I've demonstrated the ability to be opinionated. I've shown the ability to take risks and it work out well, right? Yet, no, it's not true. It's not true. These other things actually are true about me. So this is the first thing. Is it true? The second thing is to recognize that that positive entity within yourself is the truth. You are confident. You are courageous. You are clear on what you want to do. You are able to take risks. You are that. It already is in you. Are you experiencing it in that moment around that certain entity? No, but you have it already. So often we look over there at her. She has it. If I could only have the discipline that she has, then I'd be able to achieve my goal. If I only had the education that she has, then I'd be able to do it. If I only have, if only, what she has, then I would be able to do. And the fact of the matter is that you already have it within you. So that's step number 2, is the recognition that you already have it. Number 3, we do what we feel, not what we think about. So we have to change our feelings. How do you do that? Well, you do that, first of all, over a course of time with intentional practice. So here is a practice. Changing your feelings, moving from this lower frequency, this lower energetic frequency of a feeling of a lack of confidence, self-doubt, shame, all of the anger, rage, those kinds of feelings, anxiety, those are lower frequency feelings. The objective here is to reach higher for a higher frequency feeling. Feelings like peace, feelings like acceptance, feelings like love, feelings like gratitude. Okay, these are higher ordered frequencies of emotions. It takes practice and it takes intentionality. So this is one of the practices that I personally do and that I teach. Do you remember, have you ever seen the Pepto-Bismol commercial where you see the lining of the tummy, the lining of the stomach on the inside, this inside perspective, and the Pepto-Bismol is coming down, it's pink and it's coating the stomach, right? So this is what I think about. I think about the energy. So at a point in time, not too long ago, courage was the thing that I felt like if I only had courage, then I would be able to do X, Y, Z. And so I had to think, is it true that I am lacking courage? No, I have it. So number 2, I have it. I have courage. Okay. So now I have to build my courageous muscle. So I would literally think of courage. Now I think about it, but I'm feeling it. I'm feeling courage. I'm feeling courageous. And I imagine courage as a color of paint. And that paint is coating my entire existence. I'm covered in courage. I'm feeling courageous. I can feel, I can see myself being courageous. I can see myself picking up the phone, making that call. I can see myself raising the hand. I can see myself doing the task. I can see it. I can feel it. I'm thinking it. The mind works with powerful thoughts, powerful visions, and powerful feelings. That's the key. Okay? Feeling it, feeling it, feeling it, feeling it. And over a course of period of time, when you catch yourself in that moment of anxiety, you take that deep breath, you ask yourself, is it true? You recognize that you already have whatever it is that you're looking for within you, and you intentionally practice feeling, thinking, and seeing that from an inner body perspective. You will, over a course of period of time, be more aligned with that higher frequency, energy, feeling, emotion than the lower one. Which means over a course of period of time, you will notice that you begin to take more action aligned with what it is that you do want versus what you don't want. So that is the secret sauce on how I help people activate and live their brilliance and to create the lives that they'd most love to live. So I've got an assignment for you. I want you to do 3 things. Okay, I should only tell you to do 1, but I want you to do 3. 1, first, I want you to practice this. See how this works in your life. 2, if you are so bold, I want to hear from you. I want to hear it. I want to hear what is tripping you up. And how have you noticed that this 1, 2, 3 has supported you in becoming more self-aware and creating a new self-awareness of you, becoming aware of your thoughts, a new self-awareness, and what are you able to do now that you have this greater self-awareness? I want to hear from you. And number 3, we are rolling out some really exciting initiatives. Super exciting initiatives around some master classes that are coming through Inspire Finesse School. These are groundbreaking, transformative master classes that will be brought to you virtually. And I'm super, super excited about this initiative that we are charging forward with. So number 3 is look out for these initiatives. Look in your inbox if I have your email address. If I don't have your email address, send it to me if you're interested in understanding and learning more about these masterclasses, and I will get you the information. So love and light to you. I'm excited for you to activate and live your brilliance and to create the life that you most love living. I'll see you next week.